Now, Fox 61 Sports with sports director Jonah Karp.
Geno Auriemma now has 12 NCAA championships, a record among head coaches across Division I basketball for both the men and women. If you're having a conversation, maybe a debate at a party who the greatest coaches are in the history of sports, and you argue this guy, you'd have a fair shot at winning the debate. Frankly, I wouldn't want to be on the other side of the argument. But there are a lot of other coaches worthy of consideration. For instance, Rod Dedeaux. He has a record 11 College World Series wins in his 45-year tenure with the USC Trojans. His teams dominated the early 70s, and he actually retired with more wins than any other college baseball coach, sort of like the OG Geno Auriemma in the college baseball world. Here's a name that's more likely to come up in the debate, Phil Jackson. He also has 11 titles, split between two legendary teams. 6 with Michael Jordan and the 90s Bulls, 5 more with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. No one has more NBA championships than this guy. He also has 2 more rings as a player. That's not the topic here. And then you're talking college basketball. Another familiar name often mentioned in these discussions, John Wooden, the leader of the greatest dynasty in the history of college basketball, UCLA. 10 championships in a 12-year span, including 7 straight. Legendary stuff. Not a bad Mount Rushmore here. Other names deserving a mention, Nick Saban with 7 championships, Bill Belichick with 6 Super Bowl wins, Joe McCarthy and Casey Stengel each have 7 World Series titles, Scotty Bowman has 9 Stanley Cup titles. There are a lot of other coaches that deserve to be in the conversation for the greatest of all time. But just think for a moment about your favorite team and how you go into every season hoping they'll be the last one standing. You know how difficult it is to win a championship. Take a moment to let this visual aid sink in. What Geno Auriemma has accomplished at UConn is unprecedented. And there's a whole other conversation to be had about the impact he's had on the sport of women's basketball, how he's elevated it, and his role in the attention it's getting now compared to in years past. But just take a moment to process this number 12. 12 championships in 4 different decades. That's sustained success. That's unmatched. Geno is still bringing in the best recruits in the country. UConn's going from the Paige Bueckers era straight into the Sarah Strong era. When the talent around the country got better and the competition became more challenging, all this guy needed was a healthy roster to show the world that UConn is still at the top of the mountain. It's not a comeback story. It's an I'm still the man story, and we're still here. Geno Auriemma, the greatest of all time.